Next up at UFC Vegas 88, we have Natan Levy coming back after more than a year away, taking on Mike Davis. Natan Levy
got that iPhone hairline.
What?
With the notch, the old.
Natan Levy, 8-1 overall, 4-1 in his last 5. He is riding a 2-fight win streak. He's taking on Mike Davis, 10-2 overall, 4-1 in his last 5, riding a 3-fight win streak. Mike Davis is a very fast, very athletic striker with very real power that transitions to his wrestling. His kicks are incredible, and he will just double tap the body and then hit the head before putting that leg even back down to the mat. He's incredibly well-rounded and has showcased that in his last 3 fights where he had a combined 14 takedowns. He's coming off that win over Slava Claus, where his wrestling was on point and so was his fight IQ. He's taking on Natan Levy. This guy is a nonstop grappler who is averaging an insanely impressive 5.37 takedowns per fight. He has slick takedowns, slick BJJ, and continues coming forward no matter how tired he is. His striking is just okay, and unfortunately isn't enough to get him through fights on its own. He needs the takedowns and he needs the grappling. He's had 15 takedowns in this 2-fight win streak, but still managed to give up a round in each one of those fights. And we have 2 guys coming off very long layoffs, but for different reasons. Natan Levy, there's a war at home. He had a couple of canceled fights, but that war, according to his Instagram, I don't know him personally, has deeply, deeply affected him, understandably so. Mike Davis is coming off a long layoff because of a few nagging injuries. Mike Davis is also used to coming off long layoffs. Between his last 3 fights, he had more than a year layoff. He's not a very active guy. He fights, takes a year or so off, and then comes back, fights again, and then repeats that cycle. I always do these breakdowns without looking at the odds. And when I did this breakdown, I assumed Natan would be a favorite here. I figured he's got the name recognition, if there is any name recognition here. I figured they would love the aggressive wrestling, the little win streak there. I wasn't even close.
Yeah,
I'm not done.
I'm not done.
Am I done?
Bad on the next one.
I'm trying to think if I finished my breakdown or not.
Well, I think you should be done.
But he's not the favorite. Mike Davis is the favorite at 3-1 odds. And I guess that makes sense because he's got the better striking. Most people do. And then on top of it, he has very good offensive wrestling. Mike Davis could come in here with the exact same game plan that Rafa Garcia had when he beat Natan. Get the takedowns, avoid the jiu-jitsu. Get the takedowns, avoid the jiu-jitsu. And I do think that's what Mike Davis is going to do. I do think he's going to win. He is the pick. I'm not touching these odds, though. All of a sudden, Natan shoots first. I've said this 1 million times over. It is easier to finish a takedown than defend the takedown. If Natan's the one shooting first, pushing that pace, well, then all of a sudden, Mike is backing up, and his wrestling won't matter anymore. Mike Davis is going to be the pick, though. What do you think, Chicky Boy?
Yeah, it's interesting that you do pick a guy like Mike Davis against your boy, Natan Levy, because you were pretty...
when Natan Levy was fighting that bum who's been cut, Pete Rodriguez, yes, I was very heavy on Natan.
You were speaking very highly of Natan Levy, and then he comes into this matchup, and then you just abandon your boy. That's something that I don't agree with, and something that I don't do. I have my fighters, and I stick to my fighters through thick and thin. And
sorry, before I forget. In Pat Sabatini's last fight, who did you bet on and pick? Mr. I don't abandon my boy. I'm just trying to remember.
Yeah, I don't abandon people until they abandon me. And Natan Levy has never given you a reason for you to abandon him. But Pat Sabatini gave me a number of reasons for me to abandon him. Sure. So there is I don't let people down. They let me down, Angelo. And then I will move on. I will cut my losses. So that's much, much different. Mike Davis is the better fighter. He is the better fighter in this match. I mean, he's a better fighter. He's a dynamic striker. He's got the wrestling. Everything that you would want in a fighter is Mike Davis. I wish he was more active, man, because he's good. He is good. And if he was more active and getting more fights at 155, he could be one of these guys in a top 15 mixing it up. All of a sudden it's like, oh, Mike Davis is like a ranked number 8. Who wants to fight Mike Davis type of thing? But he's just not active enough. He should win this fight. But I will say, when he is not getting the takedowns, and let's say Natan is coming in with motivated and good takedown defense, he's able to stuff some takedowns or make him work on the grappling, and Mike's not like a gassing type of guy, but let's say he gets a little bit tired and wants to take a little bit of a break in the striking, Mike Davis is a guy that will just he does a lot of staring, right? In a lot of fights, he will do a lot of just kind of staring. And if he's it's a close first round, and then you're in the second round, and then it's like, oh no, Mike, you got to throw some more strikes, man, because this is a close fight. I know Natan's not going to give up. Natan will start to slow down, but he's not going to give up. I'm not saying Mike's going to give up, but I'm saying at these minus 300 odds, I like Mike. And he is the better fighter. And he is going to be my pick. And I did put money on him at minus 230, minus 240, something like that in a parlay. But, minus 300, something like that, there could be a point where, I don't know what these little are.
I'm just enjoying the show.
Thank you. I do put on a show. I don't enjoy when you talk, but I'm glad that you enjoy when I talk,
Always. No, huge support of the channel. Appreciate both you guys, even though one of you's got an iron deficiency.
You touching yourself?
Nope. Can you finish your breakdown, weirdo?
I'm the weirdo. The one talking about Disney fucking volunteering to be.
First of all, Nickelodeon. And it's like a major thing right now. It's a very topical humor.
It's Disney. I was talking about being a Disney kid.
I know, and then I said it was Nickelodeon. I transitioned to Nickelodeon, which is very topical
and that's where you struggle, Angelo. You try to make these analogies to be funny, and you really struggle to make something.
Can you finish your breakdown? You struggle.
I finished my fucking breakdown, dumbass.
Turd. Jesus, Mary.
Mike Davis.
You gonna spend the $9,200 in DraftKings?
Fuck no.
No, top 8 in the world.
What are you talking about? I'm the one that said I wouldn't pay minus 300 for him.
But you also said he's going to be top 8 in the world.
No, I didn't. I said if he was more active, he could be a guy in the mix, but he's not active enough. Again, try to fucking listen, Angelo.
It's hard to. It's honestly hard to.
I bet you are hard. Listen to me.
See, then you say weird shit like that, man. It's bizarre for sure. I mean, there are other people. There are other duos that break down fights. They keep it cordial. They're respectful to each other. They don't know each other.
Anything.
They don't know each other in real life, but they pretend that they're like, ooh, we're the guys. Ooh, jab, jab, funny jab. We're the guys. We're funny. But honestly, I think they got it right, because I get on here with you, and then you start saying this weird shit. It's tough, man.
I was breaking down a fight, and then you started talking about God knows what.
Just asked if you were done. I laughed at your breakdown. I thought it was humorous. And actually, I was not talking about Fight Night. Fight Night picks knows each other. Wasn't talking about them. Talking about these other turds that just link up like boy bands. You make content, I make content. Let's do a show together. Boy band.
Well, sometimes those work out. I mean, I was a big...
They haven't.
Were you... Backstreet Boys or NSYNC?
Backstreet Boys, and I've regretted it my whole life because NSYNC ended up having the better career overall.
Well,
but I was Backstreet Boys for sure.
Yeah, Backstreet Boys is a better group. NSYNC obviously had the big.
They had more
power.
Hits.
They had more power with Justin Timberlake, but Backstreet Boys was definitely the. I want it that way.
Tell me why. Wait, did we get the 200 likes? 400 live viewers. Did we get the 200 likes?
Tell me why ain't nothing but a mistake.
Okay, come on.
Tell me why.
I never want to hear you say I want it that way.
Now I can
No. That was it. That was it. Nope. Nope.
From the way
You just have to, like in Elf, when he just can't stop and he's like, he just keeps going. Angelo, take off your hat. Hey, you want to see me with no hat? Go watch the vlog. There you go. See how I did that?
Someone said my dog is howling.
I just walked. Yeah, Joey does. I'm surprised.
Oh, Eric said I'm so wet right now. I don't blame him.
Oh, maybe it's Erica.
You're not the only one. I promise you that.
It might be Erica, and it was just a typo.
What? Erica.
Anyway,
there's a girl in the Discord.
I can't even plug premium right now because of that wild derailment.
There's a girl in the Discord. If you guys want to talk, if you've never talked to a girl before, we've got one in the Discord, guys, and you can talk to her.
Allegedly, according to the profile picture.
Well, I think it's 60-40, and I'm risking it.
Anyway, $7,000 for Natan Levy in DraftKings. I think he may end up being a decent dog. And if you're building multiple large field tournament entries, I think Natan makes a lot of sense for you.
Here's a bet for you. Let me look it up.
Okay.
You let me know. And you let me
Kenny Ash mentioned Minty on the show. Minty is doing a weigh-in recap show for us every single Friday. For every single event, including this event, the next one, the one after that, she will recap the weigh-ins for you. The weigh-ins could be an hour. They could be 3 hours. There's a lot of gaps in time if people have to reweigh themselves. It's a nightmare to watch. And every Friday, people are like, who missed weight? Who made weight? All that crap. Well, we're giving you anywhere from 3 to 10 minute video, depending on how dramatic the weigh-ins are, just recapping who made weight, who didn't, who looked good, who looked bad, all of that, just right to the point, getting you all the information you need. So yes, you can get her content on Fridays.
Here you go. Natan Levy, plus 3.5, plus 145.
For Natan, yeah, I think that makes sense. He could win a round for sure. That's plus money.
Hey,
that's a great
messenger.
No, I love it.
No need to get mad about it. No need to get mad about it.
I may place that bet. That's great. That's
what I'm saying. I'm sitting here. We're talking it through. We're looking at the odds. This is what we do. Even through trials and tribulations, we come together and we dock with each other, baby.
Yeah. Okay. Is that?
Yeah,
that's what that is. You pull the skin over or something.
Yeah, and I'm not the one with the skin. So
neither am I. So it's just not going to work. Go call Jay. That's sort of an inside joke. Nobody knows who that is. Let's move on quickly. Right into the safety parlay pitch. For that $10 a month, you can unlock the safety parlay. It is a beacon of stability. It is the most stable single bet in this space, period, end of story. And the ROI is tremendous. I had somebody challenge me a few weeks ago, say, well, hold on. This guy over here places 2 bets on every single fight and loses one of them every single time. But he does the math, so he wins more than he loses. That's more safe. Well, no, it isn't. The ROI on that was like 10%. The ROI on this is 29% lifetime over a year and a half. WeWantPicks.com, click become a member. You get the safety parlay, everything else that we do. And now I will give you something. I will give you $50. Just go to WeWantPicks.com/bets, sign up, make a deposit, and we send you $50 as a thank you. It's that simple. It's affiliate marketing. They're going to pay me. I'm going to slice off some of that money and give it right back to you. WeWantPicks.com/bets. Sign up, make a deposit. See, you can't even just be a norm. You can't just be a person. It's not a thing that you're able to do. You got a Coke, fine. All right, it's a little late for caffeine, but fine. You got a Coke, you sat down, and then you were like, no, I'm not just going to drink this like a human. Let me just be a fucking
weirdo.
Let me
put on a fucking...
Yeah. I mean, the things
anything for the laughs.
Yeah, exactly.